Hello, Prosperivarians. The best school has come to stay in the city of Calabar. It is called Beryl International School. Take advantage of this opportunity now.
Tell me the best school, Beryl is the best. Tell me the best school.
Hello, students at home. I'm Mr. Fortune, your music teacher. I hope you're doing well and you're staying safe. Now, we have a class here for jss2. And our topic for today is tonic sulfur notation. So in this topic, we'll talk about the meaning of tonic sulfur. We talk about accidentals in tonic sulfur. We also talk about punctuation marks in tonic sulfur. So now, what is tonic sulfur? Tonic sulfur is a kind of notation that deals with using syllabic names for reading notes in music. The syllabic names are also called sulfur notes. Now, basically, there are 7 notes we use in tonic sulfur. That's the D, or you can say Do. Now, the Re, sorry, that's R, that's Re, and then Mi, that's M. F, that's for Fa. S, Sol. L, La, and then T is T. So in tonic sulfur, we use this 7 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. So that is the notes we use in tonic sulfur for reading music. So at this point, we'll take down some notes about tonic sulfur and then we continue. Yes, as I said earlier, tonic sulfur is a system which involves the use of syllabic names for reading music. Now, these syllabic names are called sulfur notes, okay? It's important to note that sulfur notation came into use in Britain, okay? So it came into use in Britain in the 19th century, and it involves the use of 7 consonants. Hope you know what consonants are. It's not the R, A, E, or any other letter apart from the vowels. So we use the 7 consonants, small letters of the alphabet, namely D, R, M, F, S, L, T. Now, but to complete the notes of the scale, the first letter, D, that's Do in music, for major scale, or L, that's La for minor scale, is usually repeated after the 7th letter. Thus, we have Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do for major scales, or La, Ti, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La for minor scales. Now, accidentals in sulfur notation. Accidentals are signs which raises musical notes by semitones or by tones. Raises or decreases. So it raises or reduces. We have this is the sharp. The sharp increases by a semitone, and then there's a flat. It decreases by a semitone also. We have the double sharp, which looks like this. Increases by a tone. Then the double flat decreases by a tone. So, accidentals in sulfur notation. Apart from the main 7 notes of the sulfur notation, that's the Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, there are other notes that are occasioned by accidentals. That's the sharp and then the flat, okay? Here. Now, the sharp and flat have serious effects on the affected notes. They create a very serious effect on the notes. Now, thereby change the name and pitch. Okay, it changes the name and the pitch, that's the sound of the notes. And for example, when a sharp, I told you earlier, this symbol, when a sharp affects a note, it raises the pitch of the note by a semitone. It raises the pitch of the note by a semitone. Example, we have Do becomes D, that's Do, D, that's you sharpen the Do now and it becomes D. And then we have Re becomes Re, 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 and then fa becomes fi, and then so becomes z. Now here 5 notes emerge. We have D, re, fi, z, and li. Now we get li from la. So accidentals in tonic sulfur notations are gotten when the sharp or flat affects any of these natural syllables we have here. As I said earlier, do becomes di, re becomes re. Normally, you can't sing this any other way. So mi remains mi. You can't sharpen it because when you sharpen mi, it gives you fa. So fa becomes fi, so becomes si, and then la becomes li. So we look at the flat series now. Okay, now similarly, when a flat sign, before now we're talking about the sharp sign. So when a flat sign, this is the flat sign, affects a note, it lowers the pitch of the note by a semitone. Okay, the sharp increases while the flat decreases by a semitone. Hence, re becomes raw. That when it's being flattened, it becomes raw. Now mi becomes more, and then la becomes law, ti becomes to. Now here also we have 4 notes emerge. That's raw, more, la, and to. So here on the staff we want to rotate on the staff. We have staff notes: the C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, and C. And here also in the tonic sulfur version we have do. Remember, sharp increases, so we have do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, so, si, la, ti, do. So that's it. These are the accidentals in their tonic sulfur version. The 5 of them. So these are the ones that sharpen. Here they are: the D, the re, fi, z, and li. So again, do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, so, si, la, ti, do. So we'll look at the diagram also in the flat series. Okay, so now we look at the diagram in the flat series. We have re. This is a re as usual. Re, mi, so, la, ti. Now the re becomes raw once this flat sign is applied to it. This is D, which is a re, okay? And then D flat is raw in the key of C major. So the flat has reduced it from re to raw, okay? Now this is a mi, and then being flattened it becomes more, okay? And then we have or so being flattened it becomes so, and now it's being pronounced a different way from this one. This so and then so. Okay, then we have the la, and then being flattened becomes law. So here it is. Then the T flattened becomes to. So that is it for the accidentals in sulfur notation. So in our next class we'll talk about the modulator in sulfur notation. We'll talk about the modulator, the punctuation mark in sulfur notation, and also we talk about the application of punctuation marks in music writing. So we've come to the end of the class for this first part of the lesson for today. So have a nice day for yourself. Bye for now.